Science says 95% of people fail their goals because of one thing, and it's not motivation, it's not your plan, it's not your discipline, it's not even your mindset. It's your accountability system. Because most systems are designed to track progress, not actually create it. And the moment the excitement wears off, that system quietly collapses. Today, we're breaking down why even good accountability systems fail and the science-backed framework that makes you follow through, even when motivation disappears. Because you don't need more goals, you need accountability that actually gets you across the finish line. Here's what happens in most goal systems. The first 2 weeks are incredible. You're checking boxes, posting wins, tracking habits. Everything looks great on paper. But then it fades. MIT researchers call this engagement decay curve, the natural drop in motivation that happens after the novelty wears off.
In a 2020 behavioral science and policy study, most participants abandoned their accountability programs by day 23. Not because they didn't care, but because they stopped feeling seen. That's the real missing ingredient, visibility. When no one's watching, your brain starts to renegotiate. You'll tell yourself, I'll catch up next week, or this isn't the right time anyway. And that's how accountability fails, quietly. Not with a crash, but with a slow fade.
The system didn't fail, the visibility did. Because when no one's expecting an update, your brain stops treating your goal like a promise and starts treating it like an option.
Accountability isn't supposed to be comfortable. It's supposed to create productive pressure. Research on commitment and consistency shows that once we declare something publicly, we feel psychological tension until our actions match our words.
That's the pressure that drives performance. But here's the catch. If the pressure is too low, you drift. If it's too high, you freeze. The sweet spot is what Stanford psychologists call the challenge threshold, accountability that stretches you without snapping you.
Inside the Type A circle, that's exactly how we've built our weekly check-ins. They're not soft pep talks. They're structured reflections that ask, what did you commit to last week? What actually got done? What's next? And the goal isn't guilt, it's growth under pressure.
Now here's the problem that high-achieving women face. Accountability fatigue. You start strong, but after a few months, the system itself feels heavy. Meetings feel repetitive. Check-ins feel like homework.
That's because you've confused accountability with obligation. According to a 2021 study from the Journal of Organizational Behavior, accountability fatigue happens when systems focus on compliance instead of progress. In other words, you spend more time reporting than moving forward. If you're an overplanner, this feels like another spreadsheet to fill out. If you're a hustler, it feels like wasted time you could be working. And if you're an avoider, it feels like pressure you just want to escape.
But true accountability, the kind that works long-term, reduces friction instead of adding it. That's why the Type A 90-day planner is built to track forward motion visually. You see progress accumulating instead of stagnating. It's not paperwork, it's proof of growth.
There's a powerful finding from Harvard Business School that most people miss. Accountability is only effective when it includes feedback loops. You can't just report, you need reflection and adjustment.
In a 2020 experiment, teams that reviewed progress and discussed roadblocks weekly improved completion rates by 39%. Teams that only checked boxes, no improvement.
That's why inside the Type A circle, accountability is paired with strategic feedback. Each member reflects not just on what they did, but why it worked or didn't. Because reflection turns accountability from punishment into performance. It's also what keeps Type A women engaged. We love data, but we crave insight. And without feedback, accountability becomes noise. With feedback, it becomes fuel.
If you want accountability that actually lasts, here's what the research and experience say you need. Number 1, visible progress. Track what's done in a way that others can see. Visibility reinforces your momentum. Number 2, predictable check-ins. Your brain loves rhythm. When accountability happens at the same time weekly, consistency feels automatic.
Number 3, constructive pressure. It should challenge you, not shame you. The goal is to keep standards high and sustainable. Number 4 is feedback loops. Every accountability cycle should include reflection, what worked, what didn't, what's next. And number 5 is peer calibration. The people holding you accountable should understand your level. That's why peer-based accountability, like inside the Type A circle, works so well for high-achieving women. You're surrounded by women who get it. When everyone's playing at your level, excuses don't survive.
So here's your practical next step. Don't just track your goals. Design an accountability system that includes visibility, structure, and feedback.
Use your 90-day planner to map your outcomes. Then choose one person or one group who will hold you to them every week. If you're tired of accountability that feels like extra work instead of extra progress, it's time to join a system built for your pace. That's what we do inside the Type A circle. Weekly accountability check-ins that measure real outcomes. Peer-based support calibrated for high achievers. Feedback-driven structure that keeps your momentum alive because you don't need more motivation.
You need measurable accountability that respects your ambition.